They say the old stone bridge has been here since before the town, and every generation brings its weight of up and down. Soldiers leaving lovers, leaving people, leaving places, and the bridge holds all the weight of all those in between spaces. A woman stood upon it in the winter of '52 and watched the river carry something brown and cold and new. The man beside her tipped his hat, didn't ask a thing, just stood there with the weight of it until she found her spring. The bridge that heard 1,000 goodbyes held them all with grace, a structure made of stone and time and an unmovable face. Held them all without a word, because bridges understand that sometimes what a person needs is something firm to stand. The engineer who built it said he built it wide on purpose, because a bridge should have enough room for what lives beneath the surface, for people who need walking room and people who need rail and people who need somewhere firm when everything is frail. They renovated it in '60 and put lights along the side, and people came from further just to cross it at the tide. But the bridge remembers all the versions of the years before, when it was just stone and rain and what the people bore. The bridge that heard 1,000 goodbyes held them all with grace, a structure made of stone and time and an unmovable face. It held them all without a word, because bridges understand that sometimes what a person needs is something firm to stand. Cross the bridge at evening when the lights come up the stone, because some structures hold you better than you'd hold alone. Last guest check out on a Sunday in the fall, and the lobby holds a different kind of silence in the hall. He plays the Steinway anyway, because the contract said through the end, and the luggage carts are his audience around the bend. He started here in June, when the guests were thick and light, playing foxtrot and the standards every formal night. But autumn brought the slow ones and the waltzes and the mood, and now he plays for the emptying lobby and the solitude. He played waltzes for the luggage carts and chandeliers alone, because a pianist keeps his contract even past the known. The hotel pianist at the end of the season knew this art, that playing to an empty room is playing from the heart. The manager came in on the final Thursday of the year and stood beside the doorway and pretended not to hear. But after the last phrase he said, "That was the finest set." And the pianist smiled and said, "Thank you for not leaving yet." He packed his things in Wednesday and polished the Steinway keys, left a note inside the bench that said, "Play this if you please." A piece he'd written for the lobby in the falling light, for anyone who plays to an empty room at night. He played waltzes for the luggage carts and chandeliers alone, because a pianist keeps his contract even past the known. Hotel pianist at the end of the season knew this art, that playing to an empty room is playing from the heart. Play the waltz in the empty lobby, let the season hear. The finest audiences are the rooms that are most clear. He's been in the same chair since the year that I was born. The scissors and the comb and the apron slightly worn. He remembers every haircut like a chapter in a book, and gives you his full attention with each carefully placed look. A boy came in for his first cut before his first school day. The father sat beside him and they both had things to say. He trimmed with such a patience that the boy forgot his fear, and the father had a tear he thought he hid, but it was clear. A chair full of everyone's everyone's best days. The barber knows the stories in 100 different ways. He cuts the hair of strangers, but he knows them like his own, because a barber shop is half a church and half a stepping stone. He told me once the hardest cut he ever had to give was to a man who said he had no reason left to live. He put the scissors down and sat beside him for a while, and by the time the man walked out, he carried half a smile. The shop is still there on the corner with the red and white pole. A man who learned that cutting hair is tending to the soul. He doesn't need a reason to remember who you are. Just sit inside the barber's chair and you become a star. A chair full of everyone's best days. The barber knows the stories in 100 different ways. He cuts the hair of strangers, but he knows them like his own, because a barber shop is half a church and half a stepping stone. Cut the last head of the evening, turn the open sign around. The barber sweeps the day away without a single sound. He works in a room no wider than a doorway left ajar, with thread and bone and leather and the smell of things that are. He takes the broken books that other people gave up on and stitches back the spines with care until the damage is gone. A woman brought her grandmother's recipe book in a box. The page is loose and brittle, and the cover off its locks. He worked on it for 3 full weeks before he said it's done. She held it like a newborn when she finally saw it run. He stitched the broken spines of other people's lives with needle, thread, and patience, and the quietest of drives. The bookbinder on the street behind the market always knew that fixing broken things was one of the most human things to do. He said a book is just a voice that someone said in page, a record of the thinking of a long ago age. When the binding breaks, the voice gets scattered on the floor. He just collects the pieces and makes the voice adore. His own books line the workroom floor to ceiling without name, a private collection that he's never tried to claim. He reads them in the evening by the light of something small, and every broken book he fixed is looking at the wall. He stitched the broken spines of other people's lives with needle, thread, and patience, and the quietest of drives. The bookbinder on the street behind the market always knew that fixing broken things was one of the most human things to do. Thread the needle one more time and stitch the spine with care. Some things become more beautiful the more that people wear.
He played the corner of the market since he was barely grown, with a saxophone and a paper cup and a chord he'd call his own. The city gave him everything, the weather and the crowd, the ones who stopped to listen and the ones who thought out loud. By 60 he had seen the city change around his spot. New buildings and new faces, but the corner was still hot. He'd count his dollars carefully and give half to the man who sold newspapers beside him, as they'd always had a plan. He gave his last dollar back to the city that made him whole, a gesture at the corner that was bigger than its soul. The street musician's last dollar went back into the hat of the next young player starting, and that was simply that. He said the city was his instrument, all 60 years of play. He just provided the breath, and the city found a way to amplify the music through the streets and through the rain, and return it to the people who had given him the same. They put a plaque beside the corner in the autumn that he passed, a brass plate on the lamppost saying music built to last. And every busker after reads it in the morning light and understands the corner has a history of right. He gave his last dollar back to the city that made him whole, a gesture at the corner that was bigger than its soul. The street musician's last dollar went back into the hat of the next young player starting, and that was simply that. Drop a dollar in the hat of someone playing in the rain. The street musician knows the city pays itself again. He counts the pills the way a man counts what he knows of you. each bottle labeled carefully and each instruction true. He knows Mrs. Henderson takes 2 before she sleeps, and the young man on the corner has a sorrow that he keeps. He fills the prescriptions, but he also fills the space between the medical and human with a very gentle grace. He gives the extra moment to the ones who need the most, and never charges anything for being someone's host. He knew the whole neighborhood by what they needed most. The pharmacist who stayed an extra hour at the post. He remembered every prescription, every person, every pill, and treated the filling of a bottle like a very human skill. A woman came in weeping once with nothing in her hand. He sat her at the back and tried his best to understand. He sent her home with something warm and called her doctor friend, because some prescriptions aren't for bodies but for men. He retired in '61, but the store kept his photograph above the counter where it is beside the blood pressure graph. The new pharmacist learned everything about the neighborhood from a man who understood that medicine is human good. He knew the whole neighborhood by what they needed most. The pharmacist who stayed an extra hour at the post. He remembered every prescription, every person, every pill, and treated the filling of a bottle like a very human skill. Fill the prescription carefully and ask how someone fares. The pharmacist who cares a little more is someone rare. He opens at 4:30 when the city is still dark, and stacks the morning papers in the lamplight of the park. He knows his regulars by name and title and by page, the ones who want the crossword and the ones who want the rage. A man in a gray overcoat comes every single day. He buys 3 papers and says nothing and then walks away. The newsstand man knows which 3 and has them ready stacked, because a regular deserves to have his morning habit back. He sold a day to everyone who passed at 25 cents, each headline a beginning and each crossword a suspense. The newsstand at the corner of everything knew the score. That information is the gift that people always want more. He said he loved the Sundays best when papers double thick, when people slowed their walking and their reading became quick. They'd lean against the lamppost with the arts section and stay, as if the newsstand corner was the start of their whole day. The newsstand is gone now and the corner holds a phone, But the man who ran it left something in the stone, a sense that every morning is a thing worth understanding, and showing up with papers is a form of long-standing. He sold the day to everyone who passed at 25 cents, each headline a beginning and each crossword a suspense. The newsstand at the corner of everything knew the score, that information is the gift that people always want more. Roll the papers tightly and deliver them with care. The newsstand man knew morning was the most important share. October 1950, and the sky was the wrong kind. The Harbormaster wrote it in the log with his full mind. Wind out of the northeast and the barometric low, and 17 boats still in the water with nowhere to go. He called each captain personally on the harbor line, told them what the instruments were saying about the time. 3 came in by afternoon, and 2 said they'd be fine, and 12 went quiet on the radio somewhere past the 9. He wrote down everything he couldn't stop in the ledger bound, every name and every vessel and each desperate sound. The Harbormaster's log in the year of the great storm was the only honest record of the night that lost its form. He sat at the radio through the entire night alone, and heard the ones who checked in and the ones who didn't phone. By morning when the Coast Guard went, he had the numbers right. He gave them every detail of the terrible Friday night. The log still sits behind the glass in the maritime hall, open to the page where October held its fall. Visitors lean in to read the entries small and thin, the careful handwriting of a man who stayed within. He wrote down everything he couldn't stop in the ledger bound, every name and every vessel and each desperate sound. The Harbormaster's log in the year of the great storm was the only honest record of the night that lost its form. Write down everything you witness with the hand that holds the pen. The Harbormaster knew the record outlast mortal man. He comes around the measuring tape the way a doctor comes, with concentration in his eyes and something that he hums. He measures not just length and girth, but something harder still, the posture of ambition and the slope of the strong will. He made a suit for a young man who said he was a clerk, and gave him 3 inches extra in the shoulder for the work. He said, I'm fitting who you'll be in 4 years from today. And sure enough, in 4 years, the young man found his way. He measured you by what you were becoming, not what you were, and stitched the suit accordingly with thread precise and sure. The tailor of the old quarter understood the body's plan, that cloth cuts best when cut for the future of a man. He said the measurements of yesterday make yesterday's suit. You'll wear it to the place you were and miss the alternate route. But if I measure who you're going to be in the fabric seam, you'll wear the suit into the future of your particular dream. He stitched for 60 years and every suit was one he kept in a ledger with the measurements and what each customer had stepped into afterward in life, as if the suit had made it real. Because sometimes what you're fitted for becomes what you can feel. He measured you by what you were becoming, not what you were, and stitched the suit accordingly with thread precise and sure. The tailor of the old quarter understood the body's plan, that cloth cuts best when cut for the future of a man. Let the tailor take your measure with a patient knowing eye. He sees in you the person that the cloth should satisfy.
She sits at the switchboard in the early light of day, a headset and 100 chords and everything to say. She patches calls from nowhere into somewhere and back, and listens for a half a second before she gives them track. A soldier called from overseas to speak with someone home. His mother on the other end had learned to be alone. She patched the call and held her breath and let the silence fill with everything a mother keeps inside a windowsill. Every call she patched was someone's everything, a proposal or a heartbreak or a very frightened ring. The telephone operator at the end of the world held all the conversations that were never quite unfurled. She memorized the voices of the ones who called too late, the ones who got no answer, and the ones who had to wait. She'd hum a little melody between the chords and rings, a private little requiem for all the missing things. They said automation was the future coming fast. She trained the machine herself and told it what she'd passed. But some connections need a human hand to make them true, a voice that says I'm here with you in everything you do. Every call she patched was someone's everything, a proposal or a heartbreak or a very frightened ring. The telephone operator at the end of the world held all the conversations that were never quite unfurled. Unplug the switchboard for the last time, close the cord and key. She carried all our voices into history. She folds the towels into shapes the manual doesn't ask, and leaves a small note with the flowers as her private task. A wild flower from the garden she maintains beside the door, something living on the pillow when a stranger walks in more. She's worked the morning shift for 14 years at the Marigold, and knows the rooms like family, knows the things you're never told. Room 7 has a draft in winter that needs the second blanket thick, and room 11's curtain needs a particular little trick. She made strangers feel welcome in the way she knew how, with a flower on the pillow and a very careful vow that every room she finished was a room someone could rest and feel that somewhere in the world someone had tried their best. A guest once left a letter at the front desk in her name that said the flower on the pillow had arrived on the same day as the worst news of his life, and he sat beside it long, and somehow the small living thing had made him carry he said, I understand, and kept on bringing them after all. Because some protocols are smaller than the humans they contain. And a flower on a pillow in the evening costs no pain. She made strangers feel welcome in the way she knew how, with a flower on the pillow and a very careful vow that every room she finished was a room someone could rest and feel that somewhere in the world someone had tried their best. Leave something living somewhere for the stranger coming in. The hotel maid knew welcome is where the human starts to begin.
They say the fire started in the kitchen after close, when the saxophone player was packing up his clothes. The flames found the piano first, the way that fire does. Then everything that made the Roseland what it was, the records on the shelf above the bar, when one by one, each title a small biography of someone's favorite run. Coltrane and Bill Evans and a lady singing blues. The fire took them all like it was taking something true. The music played one extra night inside the fire, they say. The records cracked and sang themselves before they burned away. The jazz club that burned down in '58 still plays in the memory of everyone who sat inside its haze. Trumpet player on the street outside said he could hear a song he'd never played before, but somehow held most dear. The fire department said it was the wooden beams at night, but the musicians knew a different story in the light. They built a parking lot upon the lot where it once stood, as if the only answer for a room is something good. But on the 1st of every January, someone leaves a flower pressed against the asphalt in the cold and quiet hour. The music played one extra night inside the fire, they say. The records cracked and sang themselves before they burned away. The jazz club that burned down in '58 still plays in the memory of everyone who sat inside its haze. Leave the flower on the asphalt, let the memory burn right. Some jazz clubs live forever in the ash and in the light. He came in through the side door of the chapel after Mass, when the congregation left their handprints on the glass. He'd set up in the transept and adjust the microphone, and played of 40 empty pews completely on his own. He said the people in the seats distract the music's ear, that music needs a room with no agenda to appear. The empty church is honest, it will tell you if you're true, because no one's going to applaud a note that doesn't come through. He said the acoustics required an honest audience to play, and the only honest audience is a room that has nothing to say. The musician who played only in empty churches learned this thing, that the most important listener you have is the room's offering. A priest once heard him through the vestry wall and stood for 40 minutes listening the way a good man would. He never introduced himself but left a note that read, "Your music filled the empty church with something holy said." He passed away in '64 inside one late at night. They found him at the organ with the last note in the light. The priest who wrote the note said at the service in the nave that the church was finally full of what the musician gave. He said the acoustics required an honest audience to play, and the only honest audience is a room that has nothing to say. The musician who played only in empty churches learned this thing, that the most important listener you have is the room's offering. Play the note in silence, let the empty room decide. The most important audience
is the one you hold inside.
He works on shoes the way a sculptor works on stone, with a knowledge that the finished thing will finally stand alone. He takes the worn and rizzled heel and gives it back its ground, with leather cut with patience and with stitching that is sound. A pair of Oxford brogues came in that were 60 years of age. He looked at them and said, "These have been through every stage." He spent a week restoring what another man had made, and sent them out like new again, without a lick of trade. He said a good soul should outlive its owner if done right. The cobbler made his shoes to last well past the owner's night. He built them with a permanence that few things in life bear, because the ground beneath your feet deserves exceptional care. He told me that a shoe reveals more than people think. The wear pattern tells him where your posture has a kink. The left one always different from the right in subtle ways. He reads the story of your body in the soul's long days. He's teaching now at 70 to anyone who'll stay, because cobblers are becoming scarce and souls are thrown away. He says, "I don't need many students, only 2 or 3, to carry on the language of good shoes for what will be." He said a good soul should outlive its owner if done right. The cobbler made his shoes to last well past the owner's night. He built them with a permanence that few things in life bear, because the ground beneath your feet deserves exceptional care. Bring your shoes to someone who believes they're worth a mend. A cobbler and a good soul have no reason to end. October 1950, and the sky was the wrong kind. The Harbormaster wrote it in the log with his full mind. Wind out of the northeast and the barometric low, and 17 boats still in the water with nowhere to go. He called each captain personally on the harbor line, told them what the instruments were saying about the time. 3 came in by afternoon, and 2 said they'd be fine, and 12 went quiet on the radio somewhere past the 9. He wrote down everything he couldn't stop in the ledger bound, every name and every vessel and each desperate sound. The Harbormasters log in the year of the great storm was the only honest record of the night that lost its form. He sat at the radio through the entire night alone, and heard the ones who checked in and the ones who didn't phone. By morning when the Coast Guard went, he had the numbers right. He gave them every detail of the terrible Friday night. The log still sits behind the glass in the maritime hall, open to the page where October held its fall. Visitors lean in to read the entries small and thin, the careful handwriting of a man who stayed within. He wrote down everything he couldn't stop in the ledger bound, every name and every vessel and each desperate sound. The Harbormaster's log in the year of the great storm was the only honest record of the night that lost its form. Write down everything you witness with the hand that holds the pen. The Harbormaster knew the record outlasts mortal man. He's been crossing since the year his father showed him how. The same stretch of brown water and the same familiar prow. Summer flood and winter freeze and everything between. The ferry boat captain has kept the crossing clean. Doesn't own a calendar, he works by light and need. When someone's on the other bank, he gets there at his speed. He brought a woman in her labor over in the night, and delivered both sides safely by the lantern light. He said the river doesn't close on Sundays or in rain. The captain doesn't get to choose the crossing or the pain. He crosses because crossing is the only thing he knows, and the river keeps its schedule, and the captain always goes. offered him a pension and a medal and a rest. He looked across the river with his hand upon his chest and said, the thing that keeps me is the opposite bank there, because as long as someone needs to cross, I need to care. He crossed at 81 with slightly slower hand, but everyone who knew the river also understood that some men are the crossing and the vessel and the shore, and retiring from the river is a thing you can't insure. He said the river doesn't close on Sundays or in rain. The captain doesn't get to choose the crossing or the pain. He crosses because crossing is the only thing he knows, and the river keeps its schedule, and the captain always goes. Take the ferry cross at dusk and watch the captain's hand. Some men are born to carry others to the other land.
He grinds the glass himself on the Rue des Artisans, with silver backing poured with patience and with plan. He says the modern mirror gives a very certain light, a flatness and a brightness that doesn't ask you why. His mirrors have a warmth that comes from how they're made, a slight imperfection in the silver's laid, that makes the face reflected look a little more its age, like a face seen by someone who has known you through a stage. He said a mirror should make you look like yourself and not the version of yourself that everything conspired to gut. The mirror maker of the Rue des Artisans made glass that showed the truth of people as the honest years would pass. A woman bought one for her daughter who had grown to think her face was wrong in every photograph and brink. She hung the mirror maker's work beside the morning light and said, for the first time I look exactly right. He's old now and his hands move with a careful earned slow, but every mirror leaving the workshop has a glow that people say they notice more in certain evening light, when the mirror shows you something truer than the night. He said a mirror should make you look like yourself and not the version of yourself that everything conspired to got. The mirror maker of the rude as artisans made glass that showed the truth of people as the honest years would pass. Find a mirror that makes you look like you've always been. The mirror maker, new reflection is a way to begin.
He opened up at 7 and he closed at what he felt, and never had a price list on the wall that he had dealt. If you came in and ordered, he would bring it to your place and say the coffee's free if you stay long enough for grace. Some people tried to leave cash on the table as they went. He'd pick it up and follow them outside to their descent. He'd say the conversation was the payment for the cup, and if you sat all day, you've more than made my morning up. He said, you pay me with the staying and the sitting and the word, with the 15 minutes extra and the story to be heard. The cafe owner who never charged for coffee understood that a business built on lingering is a very different good. The city sent an inspector once about the licensing fees. He sat and had a coffee and he couldn't quite find the disease in a business model built on generosity and time. So he paid the coffee with an hour and called that the fine. He closed the cafe in the end when his hands refused the pour, but the neighborhood still gathers on the sidewalk by the door. Each Tuesday morning someone leaves a thermos and a cup, because you pay him with the staying, and it never quite adds up. He said, you pay me with the staying and the sitting and the word, with the 15 minutes extra and the story to be heard. The cafe owner who never charged for coffee understood that a business built on lingering is a very different good. Stay a little longer than you planned and pay him in your time. The cafe owner who never charged knew staying was the right
pages from the reference desk, the way a detective might, reading the posture of the browsers in the morning light. She knows the ones who are looking for distraction from a wound, and the ones who want a world that's nothing like the one they've found. She picks a book before you ask and puts it on the edge of the desk beside the catalog, as if on purpose ledge. And when you see it, you can't say why, but it's the right one, because she read you in the aisle before the browsing's done. She found the book that found you, and that's how it was done. A librarian who matched the person to the perfect one. She knew what you needed before you'd found the words to say, and shelved the world in order of what you'd need today. A man came in once angry, with no idea why. She put a novel on the desk and said, just give it a try. He came back in a month and said that book was my own story. She said, I know. She smiled the smile of the unsaid category. She retires now in August, and the library sent flowers, but the books on the shelves remember all her patient hours. The spine still hold the system of her careful, thoughtful hand. A library arranged by who you're gonna be, not where you stand. She found the book that found you, and that's how it was done. A librarian who matched the person to the perfect one. She knew what you needed before you'd found the words to say, and shelved the world in order of what you'd need today. Let someone find the book for you, who knows the shelves and you. The librarian who found you knew exactly what was true. He drives the truck in October, when the leaves are going gold, when the children are in school and the afternoons grow cold. Nobody orders ice cream in the October afternoon, but he drives the route with music, playing his familiar tune. He says the summer people think they're the ice cream type, but October is when the flavor of the year is ripe. The adults who are passing walk a little different then. They hear the music and remember being 10 and 10 again. He came back every year past the point of reason in the cold, and sold the October customers a flavor sweet and bold. Because ice cream in the autumn is a philosophical thing. It says the cold is coming, but today we're savoring. A professor bought a double once in late November rain, and said this is the most absurd and beautiful thing plain, to eat a summer food inside an autumn coat and scarf is the closest I have come to being whole and half. By December he is gone to wherever ice cream men go, but October hears his truck on certain streets below, and people pause mid-sentence at the music in the air, and smile the kind of smile that means he was always there. He came back every year past the point of reason in the cold, and sold the October customers a flavor sweet and bold. Because ice cream in the autumn is a philosophical thing. It says the cold is coming, but today we're savoring. Order one more scoop in October while you can. The ice cream man knows autumn better than most men.
He's on the third floor of a building that forgot its name, with oil and springs and platings and the typewriter's claim. People bring him Royals and Remingtons, and Olivet is worn. He fixes what the modern world considers too forlorn. A novelist came in with her 1949 machine. The carriage wouldn't return, and the ribbon had gone green. He cleaned it over 3 days and returned it good as new. She said, "This is the only thing that lets me say what's true." He fixed the machines that fixed the words that fixed the soul. The last typewriter repairman had a very human role. He understood that every machine is just a thought made real, and fixing one is healing something others chose to feel. He said the digital has no resistance when you write. The keys go down like air and you can take it back the night. But a typewriter demands commitment from the first stroke down. You have to mean each letter or the page knows you're a clown. The shop may close one day, he says, without too much distress, because the typewriters outlast the people and the press. And someone always finds one in a grandmother's old room and brings it to the third floor, and he saves it from the gloom. He fixed the machines that fix the words that fix the soul.
The last typewriter repairman had a very human role. He understood that every machine is just a thought made real, and fixing one is healing something others chose to feel. Strike the keys with meaning, let the platen hear the thought. The typewriter repairman knew intention can't be bought.
He counts the pills the way a man counts what he knows of you. Each bottle labeled carefully, and each instruction true. He knows Mrs. Henderson takes 2 before she sleeps, and the young man on the corner has a sorrow that he keeps. He fills the prescriptions, but he also fills the space between the medical and human with a very gentle grace. He gives the extra moment to the ones who need the most, and never charges anything for being someone's host. He knew the whole neighborhood by what they needed most. The pharmacist who stayed an extra hour at the post. He remembered every prescription, every person, every pill, and treated the filling of a bottle like a very human skill. A woman came in weeping once, with nothing in her hand. He sat her at the back and tried his best to understand. He sent her home with something warm and called her doctor friend, because some prescriptions aren't for bodies but for men. He retired in '61, but the store kept his photograph above the counter where it is beside the blood pressure graph. The new pharmacist learned everything about the neighborhood from a man who understood that medicine is human good. He knew the whole neighborhood by what they needed most. The pharmacist who stayed an extra hour at the post. He remembered every prescription, every person, every pill, and treated the filling of a bottle like a very human skill. Fill the prescription carefully and ask how someone fares. The pharmacist who cares
a little more is someone rare.
He takes the 743 from downtown every day, not to conduct, but just to ride the old familiar way. He sits beside the window with his cane across his knee and taps the rhythm of the rails in quiet company. He led the city orchestra for 30 years and more, Mahler and Beethoven and the things that shook the floor. But now the only concert is the morning commuter line, and he conducts it internally with movements so fine. He still taps the rhythm on his knee when the train rolls through, counting beats in everything the city shows him new. The retired conductor on the morning train knows this, that music lives in everything and nothing goes amiss. A young girl saw him tapping once and asked him what it was. He said, "I'm just conducting what the morning always does." The sparrows on the wire, they are playing C and D, and that policeman's whistle is the clarinet you see. He gets off at the market and he tips his hat and goes to buy whatever small thing that a Tuesday morning shows. Then back onto the 4 o'clock to ride the music home, because a conductor never quite stops needing a score. He still taps the rhythm on his knee when the train rolls through, counting beats in everything the city shows him new. The retired conductor on the morning train knows this, that music lives in everything and nothing goes amiss. Tap the rhythm of the morning on whatever's close at hand. The conductor in you knows the score you need not understand. He sits beside the window on the 7th floor at 5 and watches how the city changes as the sun arrives. At its most spectacular and quiet and complete, the orange and the purple in their particular heat. He started in the 50s when his wife was still beside, and watched for 40 years with and without, and with the tide of grief and then of quiet and then something like his own. He never missed a sunset even when he was alone. He never missed a sunset in 40 years of watching there, because a sunset doesn't skip the days when we're in despair. The sunset watcher on the 7th floor learned this true thing, that showing up for beauty is a daily offering. He says the best ones are in October without fail, when the atmosphere is thick enough to make the color pale into something between lavender and a very ancient gold. The kind of color that you can't quite ever be told. He teaches the young couple in the flat below his now to sit at 5 on Tuesdays, and he's shown them when and how, because beauty needs its witnesses and witnesses need grace, and the 7th floor has room enough for everyone's face. He never missed a sunset in 40 years of watching there, because a sunset doesn't skip the days when we're in despair. The sunset watcher on the 7th floor learned this true thing, that showing up for beauty is a daily offering. Sit beside the window at the hour the sky turns gold. The sunset watcher knew the beautiful grows bolder as you're old.
He comes to the market early, but he doesn't set up till late. When the vendors are packing and the shoppers have left the gate, he finds the emptying corner by the dry goods and the grain, and waits for the few remainers to come in from the rain. He doesn't have a product and he doesn't have a price. He only has the stories and the telling in the rice of human situations that he's gathered over years, from the conversations at the market, between the laughter and the tears. He waited for the rush to pass before he began to speak, because the stories he was telling weren't for people in a streak. The storyteller at the end of the market day knew this, that the best audience is the one that has nothing left to miss. He told a story once about a woman in this very square who sold her grandmother's jewelry to buy medicine for her hair. He'd changed the names, of course, but those who knew just nodded slow, because the story's truest when the people in it know. By 7, when the last
and walks home with the night and the stories that allow another Market Tuesday to begin the cycle right. Because the storyteller knows tomorrow needs tonight. He waited for the rush to pass before he began to speak. Because the stories he was telling weren't for people in a streak. The storyteller at the end of the market day knew this, that the best audience is the one that has nothing left to miss. Wait for the rush to pass before you say the truest thing. The storyteller knew the quiet is where voices sing. She keeps a greenhouse on the northern edge of the estate, where she works in the early morning before it gets too late. Each plant she's cultivated has a name beside the pot, not the Latin name, but a person's name for all she's not. The tall one by the window is Margaret, who taught her how to read. The vine that spreads across the east wall is from an older seed. She named it for her sister, who went everything too young. And every morning when she waters it, she hums what was sung. A garden full of everyone she missed is what she grew. A greenhouse where the names of the beloved still come through. The botanist who named plants after people she had lost was building back the gone ones at whatever the green cost. She said that naming is a kind of keeping in the world, that something persists when a beloved name unfurls in the shape of something living in the light and in the water. A mother in the marigolds and a father in the border. The greenhouse has a visitor's day she holds in early May, when the neighborhood can come and see the garden on display. She tells each story carefully beside each name in bloom. And the greenhouse in the morning has no room for gloom. A garden full of everyone she missed is what she grew. A greenhouse where the names of the beloved still come through. The botanist who named plants after people she had lost was building back the gone ones at whatever the green cost. Plant something living for the ones you cannot hold. A garden is the grammar of what love has left to say.
He comes in at 6 when the building's still sleeping in the dark, and he knows every corner and the water stain and mark. He's been the janitor for 30 years of this one place, and knows its architecture better than the architect's face. He found a secret staircase in the year of 62 behind the boiler room and all the pipes of something new. He keeps it to himself, except for children on the tours, because some buildings have a private life behind their floors. He knew every corner better than the architects did, he said, because architects imagine and a janitor works every day. The janitor who loved the building, he cleaned, understood the art, that knowing something intimately means taking it to heart. He fixed a dripping pipe one night at 3 without a word that would have taken weeks for maintenance to be heard. He said the building talks to me, and when it makes that sound, it means it needs attention, and I'm already around. When they renovated in the 70s, he walked each floor and showed the contractors where every hidden thing was stored. They offered him a hard hat and a seat inside the plan, because nobody knew the building like the janitor man. He knew every corner better than the architects did, he said, because architects imagine and a janitor works every day. The janitor who loved the building, he cleaned, understood the art, that knowing something intimately means taking it to heart. Love the place you tend with all the care a building's earned. The janitor who loved his building left the place well learned. They say the old stone bridge has been here since before the town, and every generation brings its weight of up and down. Soldiers leaving lovers, leaving people, leaving places, and the bridge holds all the weight of all those in between spaces.